Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at headlines from our city, state, and country. We combine that with your questions, ideas, and suggestions, and we put all this information to good use as a community of English-speaking locals. It is a pleasure to get together with you live this morning. It is December 8th. It is a Friday. Yes, and I am so looking forward to the weekend. I hope you are too. I hope you have all kinds of wonderful, relaxing activities scheduled for yourself, or at least some good Netflix shows to catch up on. Here, hold on just one second. That was good. We have our usual share of news, nothing too major, nothing too minor. And I'm looking forward to your comments. As always, if you're watching live for the first time, let us know. And you can do that by writing the word new in your comment, and we will be happy to give you a nice little welcome. And of course, if there's something on your mind, in your mind, something that you really want to share with everybody, it helps a great deal if you add a capital letter Q to your comment. And we'll be so very happy to look at it later on. And as long as Betsy Ann is in the house, hello, Betsy. Betsy was so kind to let me know yesterday of a PV book club. How fun is that? And because Betsy came to the music appreciation presentation, and she happened to mention that she was in this book club, and I'm like, tell me how it works. So it's a small group of locals that decide on a list of books to read, and they read one book per month, and then they get together at a local venue to talk about it. How fun is that? So Betsy sent me the information. The information is good because now I know the books that are going to be read throughout the whole year. I don't know that I'll be able to attend or not. But Betsy, I am wondering if this is something we can share with other people. Maybe there are other people that would like to get together and discuss a book. However, if you don't answer the question and you want to keep it private or whatever, I will understand perfectly. Okay, so now that I've mentioned that, I will go ahead and get started with the news, and this is good news. There's another school dome that has been installed. Puerto Vallarta has been on a roll as far as school domes are concerned, and this is good, actually, for students and teachers. This latest one has been installed at high school number 15, or secundaria number 15 here in Puerto Vallarta. And again, a number of these have been installed throughout the city, allowing students and teachers to enjoy a variety of activities while being protected from the sun and the rain. Good news. And this is also good news, I suppose. Mexico's Federal Commission for the Protection Against Sanitary Risks, also known as COFEPRIS, has authorized the sale of Pfizer and Moderna COVID-19 vaccines. What does this mean? Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I suppose what it means is that if you want to get a COVID vaccine and you want to go for a specific brand, now you will be able to actually go for that brand and purchase it on your own and make sure that you have the medication that you want for your body. I don't know when the vaccines will go available for sale or how much they will cost. This is just preliminary information that I was reading this morning and I thought you would want to know. And here's an interesting one. A few months ago, or I don't even know how long it was, we mentioned how the Mexican government had introduced an initiative to make the sale and consumption of vaping products illegal in Mexico. However, the Ministry of Health has now expressed concern over the fact that just recently, Mexico's Supreme Court has granted protection to a restaurant over the issue of being able to sell vaping products, declaring it unconstitutional, inconstitutional, unconstitutional, declaring it not very nice to forbid their sale. So, is it legal to vape in Mexico or to purchase the products? In actuality, for better or worse, the issue really has to do with the fact that while there are no people, while there are no human resources to supervise this and to go and inspect whether it's happening or not, it really does not make that much of a difference, I suppose. And here's another news item, again, of no major consequence to us, but in case you were wondering, Hurricane Otis, is now the third most catastrophic event and the second most expensive hurricane in the country's history. As we know, the state of Guerrero and the city of Acapulco in particular suffered from this hurricane tremendously. The damages are now tallied to be over $774 million. The only two natural or catastrophes, I suppose COVID was a natural catastrophe, we never know, but the damages from COVID were came at a bill of 3,472 million US, and Hurricane Wilma in 2005 cost Mexico 2,676 million US at the time. And of course, we know that the city of Acapulco will continue recovering for quite a long time. It was a big, big disaster. And now let us turn over to the weather, which would come on if I had turned it on. Patience, patience. Da 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 da. Here she is. Remember when meatbags thought the sun revolved around them? Good time, says Snarky Weather today. It is 28 degrees right now. Humidity is low, 55%. Hooray. And our our forecast for today tells us that it's going to be a humid day with clear skies throughout the day, a high of 31, a low of 22, and yet humidity is as low as it's been in the last 2 weeks. How curious. Tomorrow, Saturday, another humid day with clear skies, a high of 31 and a low of 21. And then on Sunday, we can expect a humid day with mostly cloudy skies, a high of 29 and a low of 20. So it'll be a little bit cooler on Sunday than it has been in the past few days, which is fine by me if you ask. Let's see. Before we continue, I want to report that yesterday we had a lovely jazz presentation. It was so wonderful to see people that I'm familiar with, but it was equally wonderful to see new faces. And that means a lot to me because that means that you are spreading the word, and I am so deeply grateful for that. So it was great to see some unfamiliar faces and to get some feedback from what we did. And of course, as I've mentioned before, for those of you dirty-minded individuals out there, our next presentation is going to be a quick survey of 5 centuries worth of Bawdy songs dirty songs or dirty rhymes, things like that. So if you are curious about that and you want to laugh a little bit and you want to blush a little bit, this is going to happen on Thursday, December 21st, our final music appreciation presentation of the year. And it's been a lot of fun. This morning I got an email message from someone saying, well, I have missed your opera presentation twice and I'd really like to attend it. How did that happen? Well, my answer is I don't know. Maybe if you wrote things down, it wouldn't happen. And maybe that deserves one of these. Anyhow, I wanted to let you in on the, oh my God, that's a bright logo, but there it is. Temu. Temu, I suppose that's how you pronounce that. This morning, I placed my first ever mail order purchase on Temu. I've seen the website announced here, there, and everywhere. So I'm just curious if anybody has had any experience with Temu, particularly shipping here in Puerto Vallarta. I'm just curious about it. What did I get? Well, I'm working on a couple of crochet merces or mail purses. And rather than doing a crochet strap, I decided to get fancy and decided to use leather straps. So I purchased a couple of replacement leather straps from Temu this morning. They were very inexpensive, which made me feel comfortable about taking a chance on this mail order platform that I've never used before. So if you have any Temu comments for me, I will very much appreciate them. I know that Temu takes a little longer to deliver their goods than Amazon. So I'll see how that goes. And with that said, let me see what you are up to. This morning, I see all kinds of hellos, which are absolutely awesome. And let's see. I've heard about that Squid Games challenge on Netflix. Gosh, I wanted to punch 432. I never saw the original series. Wasn't there a series before, or was it a movie, Squid Game? I forget. So I am a little bit out of that loop. Betsy says, absolutely share the book club news, which means that I went and looked for the Facebook group this morning, and I found it, and I clicked that I wanted to be a part of it because I want to be in the know. But I'll share it with you. My only personal caveat about the book club is that I looked at the selection of books for the coming year, and they all seem to be fiction books. I like to read fiction, but given the choice of discussing a fiction book and discussing a wellness book, and there's a couple of them out there that are really wonderful, like the 4 Agreements and so forth and so on, a part of me kind of wants to discuss wellness and personal improvement books, but the information is out there for anybody that wants to become a part of this book club. Jonathan asks, does anyone do advent calendars? I used to do those when I was a kid. I haven't done an advent calendar in a long time. Let's see what else. Oh, Mijal says, yep, ordered some chingaderas and it came. Can take a while, but they tell you that. Wonderful. Spencer says, supporting Chinese entrepreneurs. I question that. Good for you. Pat says, I'd be interested in knowing about the quality from Temu and delivery. Great presentation last night. Love the live improv, Paco. Yes, I ended up doing some questionable singing during the presentation. Sly says, I ordered from Temu and had a great experience. Thank you very much. Let's see. Michal says, it's kind of you get what you pay for, but I've found some things that I couldn't find here or back in Canada. for any decent price and was good quality. Well, there you go. And Filbert writes pleather. I don't know if that is a typo or that is a comment. If you care to elaborate on that, please let us know. Filbert now says everything's made in China. I disagree. My genitals were made in Mexico, and the rest of myself as well, for that matter. And because we are at the last comment, I think we may be done for the day. What are you guys doing this weekend? I'm going to be doing some crocheting. Pleather is plastic that looks like leather. Thank you very much for that clarification, John. I have no problem with that. I just want to try the service. And if it's an item that is going to serve my needs, let it be pleather. See, I cannot even say it. Let it be pleather. Why not? I personally don't care. And this, my friends, brings us to the end of Coffee and Headlines for today. We will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday the 9th. And it is on the 9th when the Virgin of Guadalupe made her first presentation in the hills of Tepeyac outside of Mexico City. Her first appearance. We will unpack a little bit of that myth and see how it relates to the celebrations that we enjoy today. Other than that, we'll continue to look for news and headlines and ideas and stories throughout the day. I hope to see you tomorrow. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you have an amazing weekend. Take care.